Hi everyone, welcome to today's talk about the Stickler saboteur. The Stickler saboteur is the saboteur that takes a need for order and organization too far. So it's this perfectionist that is really just not able to accept any failure, any deviation from perfect. And why is this a problem? It's because this causes a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress that something cannot be perfect. This saboteur bases on the strengths of high organizational talent. So the person who has this saboteur is able to bring organization and order into chaos, and the person is able really to see through and organize it a lot. This person would be self-disciplined and very direct, discerning, being able to see and communicate things as they are. So the saboteur definitely has a lot of strengths to build on, but when it's taken too far, it becomes a problem. And why is it a problem? One thing to look at it is think of a goal. For example, think that you would love to maybe open one day a winery, okay? And that's your amazing dream and you would really love to do it. And someone with the Stickler saboteur will think, in order for me to have this winery, I need amazing land, I need the best wine grapes, I need the best people hired immediately, I need amazing websites and a house for retreats, and I need beautiful tables, and I need everything. I need beautiful bottles for the wine, and I need people who will be able to cut it perfectly with the perfect knives, those like little scissors. So what it does is that it makes this vision so big and complex that immediately I'm like, no, I mean, who's got time for that, right? That's the sabotage in it, okay? So you don't actually go and do anything because you think of it as this perfect, huge elephant. And the way to overcome it is to actually, look at the next little thing that you can do, and then the next one, and then the next one. So start with a little thing. For example, why don't you look up the course to learn how to taste wine yourself? So, or how about look up local wine distributor and have a meeting with them, invite them for a coffee and talk about, how do they do that and who do they work with? Or go and visit a winery and talk to the owner and ask what does it really mean to have a winery, and how complex is it, and where would they start, and ask for some mentoring. So if you see this is more achievable and you could actually go and start doing something that will get you closer to your goal. So a few more things about Stickler. So the people who have this saboteur would be usually punctual, methodical, perfectionist. They can be highly critical of self and others. If something is wrong, they'd be like, "Oh my God, come on! Look at that font." And I used to be this way, and I definitely have this saboteur. So in the past, making a presentation or reviewing presentations, and I would see double space or different font, which if you're making a customer presentation is very, very important, and actually you do want to make it very good. But this perfectionist should kind of apply to maybe 20% of your life and not to the whole life, because that's kind of impossible, because humans are messy, we are messy, and we cannot be perfect. So it's kind of like shooting yourself in the knees if you think that people are perfect and you can do everything perfectly fine. Also, other characteristic is that someone with the Stickler saboteur would be very, very sensitive to criticism. That's why, it's like, I'm going to make it very, very good and perfect so that no one can actually say anything bad about it. So there is also, of course, there is a reason why we have the saboteur. The saboteur typically protects us from from something that is, uncomfortable or bad. The thoughts of the Stickler saboteur would be something like, right is right and wrong is wrong, and I know the right way, and this is how it should be. Or if you can do it perfectly, just don't do it at all. Don't bother. This is like, come on. Don't be a wuss. Do it perfectly. The other thing could be that others have really bad standards, really poor standards, and I am perfect and I'm going to do it well. So this is the way to do it. The feelings that come from it are kind of the anxiety with others, and that people mess things up, and you really don't like it. There's a lot of criticism going with that. And there's also constant frustration and disappointment with self and others for not living up to that standard. So, what else can I improve in my life? Maybe I'll improve this diet piece as well, and then again and again I figure out something else. Once maybe you decorate one room, there's, okay, what else can I improve and make perfect? So it's constant, like looking for that perfection and taking a little bit the joy of here and now and being present. And the lies that the saboteur is saying to us is that the perfectionism is good, that this is really like, top notch quality, and this is where you want to go. This is what everyone's talking about. This is the success. So if you can achieve that, then you're a winner, right? So that's kind of like this. When you think of, like, I'm a big NBA fan and I used to love Michael Jordan. When you think of Jordan and the success, you must think, oh my God, he was perfect to train all the time. But that's not true, actually. He failed many shots and he was not perfect. Yes, he had determination and grit. Yes, he was working endless hours on his passion and his goals, but he was definitely not perfect and he was failing. And actually, there's famous quote of his that because of the fact that he failed so many shots, that's what made him successful. And the last thing is that if you let the saboteur spill on your life, your thoughts, what that brings as impact on self and others is that it's really kind of ongoing source of anxiety and frustration. It causes resentment. It causes that you feel continually criticized, but also criticize others. And it just really, not comfortable and cozy feeling, even though those lies and justifications may seem like a logical one. Once it's a little, they are lies. So I don't believe them and don't trust them. And remember that it's always every saboteur bases on the strengths, and removing the saboteur voice doesn't mean that you remove your strength. Your strength will be there, and you can choose when to be perfect and when to let it go, and you can be much happier in your life. So I hope this helps. Have a great rest of the day and week.